What's going on YouTube? So today we're going to do something a little bit different than my normal marker watches. I'm opening a store and I'm going to show you guys the whole setup of what you need to do when you open a store. If you are interested in opening a store, this video will probably help you out. If you're interested to know what it takes to open a store, this video is going to help you out. You see, it's a lot that goes into it, and some of it's kind of ass backwards. We'll go over the whole setup as far as leasing, the paperwork you need to fill out in order to even own a business, all that license and that stuff as well. We'll go into some basic things that you need to get for your store, and we'll go into distributors, and we'll go into sales and all that stuff. Just a nice basic skeleton of what you need to do. Now, there's a lot more things you most likely need to do. I'm just trying to give you guys a basic setup in this video. I'm not trying to really fill you up with too much crap, but there's way more. I'm probably gonna start vlogging me working, setting this card shop up, starting with today. I actually got my keys to my card shop today, so I'm gonna be moving some stuff in. So I'll probably start vlogging that, and I'll have those videos up here, and then I'll do like a vlog of like all the kind of days of me working in the shop and stuff. And someone made a really cool idea. Since my channel is vctrfs, I should just call it vlogs, which I thought was really interesting. So let me know what you guys think about that as far as like a daily card shop life series that I'll do. But this video will probably be episode 0 and explaining what you need to do as far as owning your own card shop. So the first thing you need to do is find a building, obviously. You want to find a building, and you want to make sure you have a good budget in mind. You want to know how much you're going to be paying per month, because that's, and don't, I got $700, so I can only budget for $700 if that's my, how much you're making, whether it's another job or online or whatever it is, or what you have saved, whatever it is. What you need to do is, if you want to pay $700 a month, you need to find a store that's like $400. Because when you get paid with extra fees, the internet, which is going to be charged extra, it ain't like regular internet where it's like $60 a month. Your internet's going to be like $100 and change a month for regular internet. Crappy regular internet. Gas, electricity, water, sewage, garbage. You're going to want to make sure what's going on with these when you talk to your landlord when you first sign a lease, or when you first look towards renting an establishment. Some landlords include water and garbage. Some landlords include gas and all that jazz. Most don't. The average you'll probably be paying out would be for electric as well as like gas for winter time when it's cold. So those are like the main two. You'll probably get hit with other things as well as CAM fees, which I'll talk about in a second. I'm trying to remember as much stuff as possible as I do this video. The first thing you want to do is find a building and get your lease agreement. Oh, real quickly, don't ever borrow from a bank to open a card shop. That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life. Nobody succeeds when you borrow from a bank when opening a card shop. It just doesn't work, because not only you got to be paying whoever you hire or whoever your landlord per month and all these other things like water, gas, sewage, electric, internet. Besides all that, now you got to be paying the bank back. Included on top of what you got to pay them back, you got to pay the interest back. It's just not going to work out. Never borrow from a bank. Save up your own money, and a lot of it, by the way. I don't really want to go on camera and give you guys a good estimate of how much you should save. Depending on your area, you should know how much you should save. Obviously, you need to save a little more if you're opening a card shop in like New York or California than over here in Kentucky. But nevertheless, you should have a substantial amount of income. And if you're lucky, you can have like more income, whether you work online or you have a job on the side. That's going to help a lot in keeping that shop open. Majority of shops close within the first year. They don't really stay open, believe it or not. I don't know the numbers. I think it's like something stupid, like 90% of shops close within the first year. It's really insane. So here's the lease agreement, guys. You always want to make sure you go over your different types of lease agreements. What's in it? What are the requirements? What's the landlord responsible for? What are you responsible for? All that jazz. I don't have my physical lease agreement with me, but basically it's an average lease agreement for 1 year. That's what the average lease agreement is. My landlord won't raise my rent, by the way. Some landlords will raise your rent after a year. Make sure that's not in your agreement, because it's horrible. So your first year, you open a shop, everything's going great. Great, you're doing good. Okay, want to renew your lease? Extra $100 a month. And you're like, dude, what the hell? They can legally do that. My landlord, it's in my lease agreement, will not raise my rent if I wish to renew my lease after 1 year. That's very important. Another thing is damages. You want to make sure that if there's any damages to the property, if it's on me or my customers, that's my responsibility. I pay for it. My customer punches a hole in the wall, I have to pay to fix it. Makes sense. If the landlord, if I walk in one day and the ceiling falls down, that's the landlord's responsibility. So you want to make sure you have something similar to that setup. Some landlords, I know my first shop I had, my landlord was like, whatever happens to the building, it's on you, bro. So if the building just collapses, well, you owe me a new building. Something stupid and silly like that. And it was really, really irritating to go through that. But yeah, that guy was a psychopath. My second landlord was amazing. This is my third one. If you guys been watching my channel, you know I had some medical injuries, so I had to close my second shop down, which was going great, but it sucked because I had to close it down, but it is what it is. This shop right here is about 5 minutes from my house, so it's a little bit closer to my house than my previous shop, which is like an hour drive, but if you're doing what you love, who cares? So, once again, the lease agreement is something you really want to make sure it's as perfect as possible. Read it over. I read mine over about 3 times. Didn't have many questions. My landlord kept asking me, you have any questions? I literally had a couple here. My wife had more, but I didn't really have any questions. I was just like, no, it's pretty much what I wanted to be in this lease, is on this lease. It's nothing too crazy or wacky or anything like that. It all makes sense. So, also, try to see if you get the first month's rent free. I know it's kind of like stretching it, but when I show you in this video, you're not going to open your shop if you're just starting 2-3 weeks, maybe. And that's if you want to rush it. Average take about a month to open a shop. And once again, this is you working your shop. This is you waiting for paperwork to come through. This is you sending videos and sending anything to distributors and other gaming companies. So you're going to want your first month free. I just want to throw it out there. It's very important to get that done. I know there's a lot of the landlord might be a little bit confused. Explain that to him. Like I do with my landlord. I got my first month free just because I was like, I'm not going to be able to open for my first 2-3 weeks. So would I be able to get my first? And yeah, sure. I mean, it makes. And if you're sensible and you have a sensible landlord, you're good to go. If your landlord's a prick, you'll know instantly when he goes, no, it ain't first month's free, and then you're in some crap. So let's move on, guys. There's something called CAM charges. That's common area maintenance. That's basically like for like street sweepers, any kind of cleaning in the front yard, any kind of like decorations that the town would do or whatever it is. That's called common area maintenance fees. And you want to find out how much that costs, because in your rent between you and your landlord, yeah, that thing is an extra add-on. And to be honest with you, depending on the area you're at, it can be cheap and it can be really crazy expensive. So I would really, really keep an eye out for that. I don't pay common area maintenance fees. I have something else actually that I'm probably going to be paying. It's going to cost me like $20 a month. It's basically from the town, because I live in a small town, in which you pay the town, and it's basically when they have Halloween decorations, they make sure to decorate your area of the store on the outside, not the inside, and they do it the whole street, and it's like $20 a month. So that's basically my version of it. As far as street cleaners, the town pays for that, and I pay the town back by paying my like it goes towards like the gas and the water bill, which the water and garbage bill for me is combined. For you, it might not be combined. And that's added on that as well. So my CAM fees are just added on technically. It's not a lot of money, and in certain areas it won't be a lot of money. In other areas it'll be a ton of money. So you got your lease, you figure out your CAM fees. Now what do you do? Well, we'll take it from Kentucky, because I live in the state of Kentucky, so I'm working from my state. So in my state, you got to do a articles of organization. You got to fill this out to let everybody know I own a business. I established this is my business. I own this name. It's all mine. LLC. This is all me. Before you do that, though, you need to create an EIN number, which is basically a social security number for your business. I know it's confusing, but stick with me here. So you're going to do, if you're doing a card shop, you're going to do a limited liability company, and you're going to get your EIN number. And with the EIN number, you're going to want to work on this one. I'm not sure if I had to do my EIN number when I did my articles of organization or afterwards. I think it's afterwards. So you can do either one of these in either order. But you want your articles of organization, once again, to show that this business name belongs to me. I own it. It's an LLC. And then you want the EIN number, which is a social security number, basically, for your business, for the purpose of taxation, by the way. So you want to make sure these two are done. These won't take you long to do whatsoever. In fact, I think I did my articles of organization online. No, I could be wrong. I might have did that online and then it got sent to me. The EIN number, you get that instantly. You fill it out online, and instantly the IRS just goes, here's your number, and you can print it up and do all that jazz. I lost my sheet. I have it around here somewhere. I really wanted to show it to you guys. All right, up next, one-stop business portals. I'm not sure if every state has one, but I have one. In the state of Kentucky. I'm pretty sure every state should have something similar to this. And basically what this is, it shows your state, it shows the business address, the principal address, which is your address. I don't care if you guys see where I live. I live pretty nicely. Sales and use tax, which we'll talk about in 2 seconds. It shows that. it shows all this basically, and I mean, let me go to the dashboard quickly, and it's pretty good when you want to print up certain forms. You have to call them probably. If you want to register a the tax account, which you want to do when you want to do your sales and use tax, which you need, by the way. You can't talk to the distributors. Won't talk to you without sales and use tax, and gaming companies will not talk to you without sales and use tax. That thing is so goddamn important. You better make sure you're on top of that, and it takes forever to get to you. I think when I first filled mine out, I waited about a week. I emailed someone. Luckily, they sent me a PDF of my sales and use tax, so I printed it up and then sent it to my distributors. I hear it takes as long, in other places, as long as 3 weeks to get your sales and use tax sheet up, and that's horrible, because in that whole time, you can't talk to distributors, you can't talk to gaming companies. You're basically sitting there with a shop, and you're ordering things for the shop, but you're not ordering product. You're not ordering product, and you're not getting a sanction with gaming companies, and that's horrible. But that is a real factor, and that's why I say you need the first month rent-free, because you're not doing nothing that first month besides setting the business up. If you're lucky, you'll be open within 3 weeks. It's horrible, but yeah, you can do your taxes, like managed business tax account, and then you gotta choose to set up your hold on a second. It takes forever to load because once again, it's government stuff. It takes always forever to load. But yeah, for accounting period, you have to do your own tax paperwork, and I'll probably do a separate video on taxes, which I guarantee will get like 4 viewers of like other business guys going, "Oh god, it's horrible. Taxes are fucking terrible," but you have to do it. You have your quarterly taxes, then you have your yearly taxes. For me, I have another sheet for my town taxes. That'll all be done in another video. That is the worst thing on the goddamn planet. I hate doing it. But if you want to own a business, you'll have to do it. And if you want to own a business, you'll do it yourself to save money, then hire a tax accountant. My first year, my tax accountant cost me, just for the yearly taxes, it cost me, I think it was like $860 for the yearly taxes. So that's for my personal self, as well as my business. And my tax accountant did all that. It cost me like $8 and change. You learn to do it by yourself. You do it online. It'll cost you less than half that. So you're gonna want to learn how to do this. It might take some time, but it's something really, really important. So I'm trying to think what else is there. Let's move on. This is the resale certificate. This is the sales and use tax number. You'll get a sales and use tax number. I believe it's a 6-digit number, a 7-digit number, and you're gonna want to have something like this. In fact, once you fill the paperwork out, they'll send you something that's almost similar to this. It's a different kind of sheet, and it'll say your sales and use tax number. It's really important. Keep it with you all the time. The address with that sales and use tax number better be the address of your business and not your home. Kind of important. I had about 3 of these because I changed businesses 3 times. So, and every time you change business, when you go back to distributors and go back to the gaming companies, you gotta let them know, hey, change my business. I'm over here now, and be right back with that sales and use tax number. Please hold on 1 second. If you do it digitally, it can be easier. I think once you have it in the system, transferring digitally is a little bit easier. I think you got paid maybe I think I paid a $10 or $15 fee online for myself, and I was able to transfer it over. Up next, business occupational license. So you got all this other stuff for everyone. The federal government knows you have a company. There's your taxes. Everything's good. It's all good. Great. I live in Ashland, Kentucky. So gotta get a business license for Kentucky. I can't just go, well, the government got my back. Cool. You're with us. If you're with us, you gotta pay us now. The government. State, local, wherever. Anyway, you gotta pay about $100 for to register. You go out, for you guys, whoever it is. You go out to your town hall, whatever town it is, and you walk in there. And you do your paperwork out. You fill it out. For me, it was 1 sheet. Filled it out. Put all my information down. Put the location. What I'm doing. They always want to know what you're doing. Hobby shop, obviously. Card games, hobbies, and yeah, they type it out right there, and $100. That later, you get a little business license. It's about this big. You don't need to have it displayed. I know a lot of shops have it displayed. You don't need to do that. You just need to have it somewhere in the shop. I would recommend getting a safe in the shop. Maybe because I have too much anxiety and I freak out. But you literally get a safe in the shop and put that bad boy in the safe and you're good to go. And someone from the town ever comes to you and goes, "Where's your business like? Where's your papers?" You just whip that bad boy out, go bam. And then they're like, "Oh," then they fly away and I'll see you tax time. That's literally the only time you need to deal with them. You go on tax time, you bring out 2 forms. They fill the forms out for you, tell you what you owe, and that's it as far as the town taxes, which you would have to pay. Moving up next, now you got your business, you got your store, everything's good as far as that paperwork goes. By the way, I make it sound quick and easy. It's hell. But now you need some kind of display, some signage. Some people are lucky. They might have a company that literally goes around in this signage. And if you have a existing spot where you can put your sign, it's so much easier. You can call a company up that does signs. You can look it up in nearby, and they'll come out and give you a quote for your sign. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. In my case, I don't have a real big thing where I could put a sign at. So the sign would most likely be at the window or outside in the building. I have two choices. I like mine in the window because it looks a lot cleaner, and I'm a big clean freak. All I gotta do is clean a window, my sign looks good. Vinyl banners are useless. In fact, the only time vinyl banners are kind of okay is when you want to vend an event. You can actually put a vinyl banner at the end of your tables. It looks a little more neat and organized. I have 2 vinyl banners. Yeah, they're just good for that. Other than that, you don't need vinyl banners. Don't get vinyl banners. It's a waste of money. I really wish I didn't spend as much as I wanted to spend. I don't even want to mention on the camera because it's embarrassing how much I spent on vinyl banners. It was such a bad idea that at the time I thought this is a genius idea. I'm innovative. You're not. You're not previous young version of me. It's hard when you're wasting a ton of cash. You want to get these kind of banners. Whether it be the outside banners, like I said, if you're lucky, you'll have a spot. You can call a company. They'll charge you a nominal fee. Slap that bad boy on. Or you want to get a banner that fits inside your store, which I don't see. Basically, I typed in right here, foam store banners. It's a little bit more, at least expensive for foam store type of banners. You get a foam banner. I lucked out big time. They're working on my banner right now. They're going to send me a text with images of different variations of my banner, how I want it. With the inside my store, you get that bad boy and you slap in the store and inside the store, no big deal. And it looks a lot more nice, looks a lot more clean. And if you got a company like I luckily have, they'll actually do little things with it and send you different pictures. Like, what do you think about this? Or you like this? Or what color you like this? And I like that. That's just personal with me. If you're lucky, you'll get something like this. You really don't want to put too much on a banner. You don't want to put. I've seen some banners like this. Well, this is, okay, like, not like this, but even more words. Just tons of words thrown on there. You get people just driving by. All they want to know is who you are and what you're about. Now, depending on your situation, if you have big glass windows, they can see in and you see the name of the store and be like, boom, boom, we're good to go. Or if the windows are not too open and you have a banner, you can get something like well, not like this, but something at your name, your business, and what do you do on the, underneath it or around it? Card games, YuGiOh, Magic the Gathering, board games, whatever you're doing, stuff like that. So you got your banner, you got your store, you paid all your stuff, you're still waiting on your certificate because that's gonna take you forever if you open a business. God, I hated waiting for that. You got all your taxation paperwork done, and I keep looking at my left because I had my folder here, but I left it in my car. You're going to want to put all this in a folder. You're going to want to save all this. Every bit of this you're going to want to save. On a separate folder, and this is what I do, and hopefully you guys will do this, anything you buy. When I mean buy, I mean like a damn checkout counter, anything like that, you want to print this up. When you buy the receipt of it and slap that bad boy on another folder. For your first year of business, you can literally write anything off that has to do with the business. If you have a cell phone made for business, boom, write that off. If you pay for how much you pay for the cell phone per month, or if you do prepaid, write that off. Any kind of physical things that go into business or have to do with the business gets written off. Very fortunate. Get a checkout counter. My first business, I made one. I thought I could do it. It looked horrible. When I don't have a picture. I'll also show you guys a picture. My first checkout counter look. I looked at this when I was like, oh, I could do this. Yeah, no, I can't do this. This is insanely horrible. It's only like, it was about $320 for a 4-foot checkout counter. This is not a fancy one. This will be perfect for you. You'll have a spot for your computer. On the left side, you'll have a flat cash register. Pop that bad boy in. You're good to go. It's really inexpensive. I think I'm getting mine Friday. I'll have it on my vlogs of when I get it in. It's gonna come with a freight truck. They'll call you a couple of days before and say, hey, listen, we got this here. What's going on? No scheduled time to drop it off. You're gonna want this. You want this. You want a checkout counter. You can get away with smaller ones. I believe they have there's a miniature one over here for about $150. You can get away with this one. I think the big one's a little more professional. Remember, people come to the store, they want professionalism in card games. Anyway, you can get away with this, depending on the kind of store you have, and just have a bunch of 6-foot showcases. I'll show you that in a second. I think a little more professionalism. If you want to go all out, which I don't recommend, unless you're doing more than just card games, more than just board games, even more than just retro video games, because I know shops like to combine all this in. If you want to go all out and crazy, you can get one of these monsters. I was debating on getting this literally yesterday. I really was debating on getting this. The only unfortunate part is, I'm not going to go all out right now. Maybe in the future I might get this and get rid of my other one, but this one is a monster. It's going to run you about $500, by the way. Up next, the 6-foot full vision retail glass displays. Now, if you want to be a little bit more cheaper, you can find them on your local area and find showcases and try to not pay a lot for showcases. I have one of these and another regular 6-foot that looks a little bit different, but it's the same setup. Then I have a 4-footer, And for about, what is it, about $400 roughly? Almost $400. You can get a 6-foot showcase. They come knocked down. You got to put them together yourself. I'm not going to do a video on that because those things are a pain. But for the most part, you're going to want these. You know, an average store has about 2 6-footers and a display counter or you know, a short one and a couple, you know, really work it around depending on the size of your store. Average store as far as square footage, I think should be about 1,200 square feet. My first store was 1,000. It just wasn't cutting it. 1,200 is minimum square feet for a shop. 1,200 will get you by. Get a little bit bigger. If you get bigger, sure. It'd be nice. You gotta add more stuff. Add more tables. Players love seeing a lot of tables because they know that your store is going to be able to run bigger events. Gaming companies love seeing a lot of tables because they know your store is going to be running a lot of events. So you're kind of going to want to show that. So you're going to want to get these. Obviously, if you want to do any live streams, I know we're in the era of like everyone doing live streams and everyone doing recordings. You get something like this. This is really nominal. I have a Logitech Brio and a C920. You can literally get one of these with a clamp, pop that bad boy down, takes 2 seconds, and you can be recording games. It's really simple. I have a buddy who owns another shop, and he has another setup which actually has a light with the camera. I couldn't find it, but that thing's awesome, and you could like make something like that. It's in case you want to do live streams if you ever wanted to, or record YouTube videos or whatever. Up next, security systems. You don't need this. It's a good option. This is a wireless security system. It's just something I found really quickly online. You can pop it in there. Look, some of them hooked up to your phone so you can see. Other ones, you know, you could have a little system, a little screen, and all that jazz. You can do this, or you can just pay insurance. It's one or the other. You don't have to do both. You can't do both if you want to go overboard. You don't have to. You get one of the others. Security, so someone breaks in your store and boom, bashes everything and takes all your crap. Well, insurance says, that's fine. If you want one of these, you'll be able to video them, so you actually catch them. Now, if someone breaks your showcases, pops the glass, well, camera and even them going to jail won't really help you. Depends, unless they pay like restitution, but that's a whole nother video. Alright, up next, if you want to do retro video games. So, first of all, if you want to do retro video games, God bless you, because it's hard as hell to do retro video games. Unless you got a guy who knows a guy who knows a fish who knows a guy again. Unless you have that. But doing retro video games can be hard. Now, with that said, you're going to want to get something kind of like this. You don't have to get this exactly. It's like $700, but something kind of like this. And what this is going to do is it's going to be able for you to be able to show your game systems. You can put them in 6-foot showcases, obviously, but this is, once again, we're going for professionalism, for cleanliness. We're going for something that says, hey, listen, this is my store, and let me show you what I can do. You're going to want to get a couple of these, actually, and pop all kinds of game systems in there. And, you know, you get this, you put some lights in this bad boy, it'll look nice. You paid enough for it. It should look nice. And once again, it shows your customers that you are a professional, that here's the video games section of the store, that here are all the systems. It's really nice, actually. I've seen this in a lot of good stores. Stores that I think are really good retro video game stores have these. Up next, garage shelves. Now, you want the heavy-duty bad boy garage shelves. And to be honest with you, you could do this either to put boxes on behind you, if you have enough space, or if you have like a back room. This is great for holding bulk. So you can have it sorted, or you have these set up. So what you can do is you can have 800 count boxes set by put in by set. You can have for YuGiOh, you can have it by Magic, Monster Trap, all that stuff, or by the YuGiOh set, and you can do all that, and it looks a lot organized. It looks a lot neat. It looks like you're trying to do what you're trying to do. It's just easy. Now, you don't have to do this. You could be, you know, you can get one of these bad boys, which I actually have, and these are good just to hold extra stuff every now and then. But when you really want to have a nice setup, when you really want to have a lot of room in the back room to store bulk, or if you, like I said, if you have enough room behind you in your showcase, you can put these in, and this is really good for this. If someone says, "Hey, listen, I need a red monster, a red creature for in my YuGiOh, a red creature for Innistrad," and you go, "Okay, give me 1 second." You look over there and you look at them by sets, and you know easily. Oh, let me grab that out. Boom, what monster, what creature, with spell and trap from Innistrad. Anyway, you can just grab it out, and it's easier to do, and it actually makes your life easy. The customer likes it because they're in and out. They get exactly what they want, and they're happy. Everyone's happy. All you have to do is sort. By the way, owning a card shop isn't just hanging out, ordering cool product, and playing card games. All it is sorting. So you're going to be sorting more than anything else in the card shop. If you're going to own a card shop and you're going to play card games whenever you want, you'll be closed within the year. You're going to be sorting. A lot of sorting. Probably an uncomfortable amount of sorting. I'd recommend getting a TV and Netflix, or getting some little earphones and listen to music while you sort, because majority of your time you'll be sorting. Every now and then you're talking to customers, and then back to sort. You sort a really uncomfortable amount. In fact, when I do my vlogs, you'll see me sort a lot. I'm gonna hate it. I loathe it. Anyone says they like sorting is fucking lying to you. Like sorting is like slowly putting a needle inside your body one at a time, and there's tons of needles. Don't you worry about the needles. It's just doing it slowly. That's sorting. In the beginning, you're like, oh, this is so fun. We're having a great time. Oh, yay. Oh, pretty cards. 1 hour into it, you go, this is the rest of my life, and goddamn, I think I just fucked up. You have to not like sorting, deal with sorting in order to get by. Just want to throw it out there. And I'm dead serious. People go, oh, I like sorting. Yeah, maybe your collection. But when it's a shop collection or customer collection that you just bought, you got to put that in properly. And you got to do it correctly. And it's horrible. Don't let anyone lie to you and tell you, you should hire me because I love sorting. Yeah, but you do. You have socks on it. Stop. No one loves sorting. Anyway, guys, I recommend getting this if you have like a back room or if you have enough space behind you. If you don't, or if you have a back room and you still want something for the front, this is great to hold like sealed product, sealed booster boxes, so it's easy to grab. It's just great in general. You will find use for these storage racks if you have them by you in the shop, behind, whether it's behind you have a spot behind the showcase, behind the counters. You will find room. You will fill these bad boys up and find yourself buying more. I know I do. I think I have 1 or 2 of these. And then I think my back area, I'm probably gonna get this setup because this is dirt cheap, and they come in units too. Yeah, they come dirt cheap, and this is actually not a bad price. And I'll probably get 2 sets of these when everything's said and done. Moving forward though, next up you want bags. You're not really gonna use bags, but every now and then you're gonna have customers that's like, can I have a bag for this? And you wanna have a bag. It's just $10. I mean, you go to Staples, my bags. Maybe Walmart has these, but just regular thank you bags. So, there's different kinds of paneling behind you. Grid wall, slat wall, and there's a third one who I'm forgetting, pegboard. Grid wall, slat wall, pegboard you're going to have behind you. I have all 3.